Well, good afternoon, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve and Stephen Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are fired up and ready for a fantastic Saturday. Today's subject, because I'm not driving, because my son's now driving, which is pretty exciting. What's more valuable in the marketplace? What's more valuable in your marriage? What's more valuable in relationships? Skill or attitude? Skill or attitude? That's the conversation we want to have. Decided to have this conversation today because this young man has been working a total of, how long have you been working at HEB?
Since about the end of January, like early February.
Okay, so for those of you in different countries that are watching and different states, HEB is the local food store owned by a philanthropic billionaire. There's a lot of them throughout the state of Texas. Massive grocery stores, okay? With a family of 8, you can believe our bills are pretty big. So what's more important, skill or attitude? So Stephen was just promoted. Don't look, you know you don't look, you just drive. We're just having a conversation, right, Steve-O?
Yep.
I just understand. How long have you been working at HEB?
Let's see, since February.
Since February.
Since February, so a few months.
Okay, for just a few months. Now, I understand that friends of yours helped you get the job, or at least introduce you to some people over here, and something unusual has happened. You continue to get promoted, and you just got a raise the other day, even past people who've been there for a very long time. What is that all about, man? Are you just lucky? What's happening to you?
Well, what happened was that they called me in yesterday on my break, whenever I was going in.
Okay.
And they told me, they're like, hey, we're going to go over your performance review from the past few months since you've been hired.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, sounds good. So they talked to me. It was 2 of the managers that were there, and they just said, well, Stephen, we have different criteria that we base you on, that we give you an overall review on. I think it was, they said it's below average, like needs improvement, which means you're not doing a good job,
Right.
There's like average, like you're okay.
Right.
And then meets expectations.
Okay.
And then exceeds expectations.
Okay.
Now what happened was,
We have the same thing in real estate.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So what happened was that they said, okay, there's 5 different criteria that we evaluate you on.
Right.
Some of them is like customer service, just personal appearance,
Okay.
Just lots of other things. It's pretty much that just is evaluated based on HEB's values,
Okay.
as in, like customer service and all that.
Gotcha.
So they told me, they're like, how do you think you did? Like what criteria? Like what? How well do you think you performed?
Okay.
And I said, I know I do a good job, but I like to be humble about it. I was like, I think I do. I believe I exceed the expectations. And like, well, Stephen, yes, you do exceed our expectations. You do an amazing job. And they went on and on saying how much of an amazing job I do. That I'm always on time. I'm always punctual. Always having just that great customer service and that hospitality for the customers. Always going above and beyond. That I'm a quick learner. I always get stuff done. They don't have to worry about me not being able to learn something or not being able to comprehend something.
Okay.
And yeah, so they just said, so we're you're getting a raise. You're getting a raise of we're bumping you up to, instead of $11 an hour, to $11.52. So
My goodness gracious! But you're getting raises and promotions that your peers aren't getting. So I find this fascinating. Is it because you have greater skills, do you think, or do you think it's your attitude?
Oh, it's all attitude. They even asked me too. They said what? They're like, what do you like? What makes you different from all the other partners and all the other workers who work here? They're like, what makes you stand out?
What'd you say?
I told them. I said, to be honest, I said it's all mindset. It's all how you look at it. It's all how you perceive things. You can have someone two people who have the same exact experience. They can encounter like this. Let's say they encounter a customer that's really stressed out, and they didn't get what they need. There's some things they couldn't find.
Okay.
You can have 2 customers that have the same thing and have completely different reactions. You can have a worker that's saying, oh my goodness, and freaking out, and not being able to calm down, and then you can have another person on the other hand who's more calm. It's like, you know what, ma'am, let's see if we can find this for you. Sir, let's see if we can find this for you. I can get someone to help you out right away. It's all an attitude thing and a mindset. It's all a mindset thing, because if you go into work and you're saying, oh, this sucks, or oh man, it's just another day at work, I'm just gonna barely get through, I can't wait till my break. What's going to happen is you're going to have a bad day. It's all attitude. Because I know there's even some days where I'm not feeling my best. I'm not feeling 100%.
Right.
And what I do is anytime that happens, I just start saying reasons why I love my job. I'm like, I love my job. I love working at HEB. I love being able to put a smile on people's face. I love the workers there. I love the pay, everything. It's just, it's all a mindset.
So you're having conversations with yourself that change your mindset. And I know you don't want to be late because you want to be punctual. We are early because you like getting here early.
Yes, sir.
So you're getting paid more.
Yes, sir.
And you were talking to me a little bit about that a minute ago.
Yes, sir.
What you were thinking about.
Oh, okay. There's this one quote by Zig Ziglar. What was it, Dad?
The Zig Ziglar quote that says, if you do more than you're paid to do, eventually you'll get
paid more for what you do, I think.
Isn't that great? That's exactly right. So what you were doing more than you were paid to do. You were going above and beyond, and it got recognized, right? So reaping and sowing. Fantastic. So what is more important, ladies and thank you, Steve-O. What is more important, ladies and gentlemen, skill or attitude? Guess what? Skill can be taught. Attitude is usually caught. If you have a crappy attitude, you can have the greatest skill in the world. Ain't nobody going to want to employ you. Ain't nobody going to want to hang out with you. Ain't nobody going to want to be in a relationship with you. You know, I lacked the communication skills with my wife for years, but I had a right attitude because she knew I was loyal, I was faithful, I loved her like crazy, and that I was doing my best. My attitude carried me where my skill was lacking. In your work, your attitude will carry you where your skill cannot take you. Because your skill might take you somewhere, but your attitude will keep you leveled there, because nobody's going to turn you into a leader to lead others or inspire, motivate, encourage other people with a crappy attitude. So it's attitude, attitude, attitude is always greater than skill, because you can teach someone a skill, but an attitude is something that you have to bring from your heart. Steve, any parting words?
Always have a positive mindset. Don't bring yourself down.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend.